Sadie, hi, darling.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, my love?
I'm good. I actually joined quite late. I hope I won't take you guys back, but I think the topic is very intriguing. And with me, there's no sexual abuse involved, but it's my own mother, who resents me. And for years, I've had to deal with that. And you know I've gone to therapy. We tried going to therapy with her and it just didn't work, and as of last year I made a conscious decision to actually separate distance myself from my family. I stopped taking their calls. I stopped engaging with any of them, for obvious reasons. My mom is a bully, so if I were to speak to certain members of my family, they would appear as if they were the ones influencing me, or I think they are better than her. So she has so many insecurities. So I don't know where this stems from, but I think she had me when she was 17. So most of her hatred comes from the fact that she says her life never became what she wanted, or she missed out on a lot of things because of me. So we always fight about, I'm not as educated as you are, as I'm 41 now. So every time there was an argument, it would go back to I'm not educated as you are. And I think for years, people tried to tell me that she's very jealous of me, but I just couldn't, because I so desperately wanted her to love me. I so desperately wanted to fit in. And it took me a while, to find myself, to find identity, because I was forcing her to love me, and she couldn't love me, you know. And I think, like I say, it took years, and so many other things, for me, were at a standstill. So where you would see that I have potential, I was very destructive because I didn't know who I was, where I was going. She did everything in her power to label me as, as the black sheep of the family. And it took a good part of my life. When I look back, it took a very big part of my life, trying to figure out what could I have possibly done for this woman to despise me, to this level. And eventually, when I took that decision to and when I took it, we didn't fight or have any arguments, or there was nothing, But time came when I realized that I'm tired. I'm tired of this toxicity. There were things that they've done to me. I can list a whole lot of things that they did to me. And you won't believe. And some of the things, even other people could not believe that it was my mom, that actually did that to me. So and I understand. I also understood, Zolega to a certain degree, because when you're struggling with certain family members and you are struggling to fit in, normally you are labeled as the problem. People never want to deal with the problem, but you become, you become the problem, because the person who's the perpetrator tries by all means to recruit people, and for you to be seen in this negative light, as if you're confused, you are attention seeking, there's nothing they have not done, for you. They actually try, but in all honesty, we come from sick families, some of us, and ask me if I do want a mother's love. Yes, I do, desperately so. I mean, I think no one wants to not be loved by their mother. That's like the first thing. And unfortunately, my dad passed away when I was 13. And obviously, he knew the circumstances. He knew my mom never liked me. He never liked me she never liked me when I was young. She told me she regrets having me. She wished she had flushed me. And plus, I was dark skinned. So for her, it was, all things that she never wanted. But through it all, I grew up. I became this resilient, person and woman. And now she actually resents me for that. She actually resents me for that she tried to break me for so long. Her sole purpose was just to break me. And the fact that she couldn't and she still can't to this day um, is a problem. So now I have family members approaching me left, right, and center. She's throwing amateur tricks. I was apparently reported missing. People are trying to reach out to me. And I do talk to certain people. They know that I'm fine. They know that I'm alive. They know that I'm doing well. But because she wants to paint this attention or this picture that I'm actually resenting her. Now this is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the other way around. It's supposed to be me resenting her. She talks to everyone, and I say to myself, there's not even one text where she says, or because I don't answer the call, there's not one text where she says, I see that you are ignoring me. I see that you're doing everything possible to distance yourself. Is it possible for us to talk about it? No, she doesn't. But everyone
She's a
else,
victim. I think your
yeah,
mom is
she's
the biggest
playing victim.
narcissist.
Yes, she's playing victim. Like I don't visit Facebook that much, so I had a good relationship with my high school maths teacher. So I bumped into that message today. I think he sent it on the 17th of September. The message says, "Hi, how are you? I hope you're good. I spoke to your mom 2 days ago," and I'm like, and then what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? I mean, there's absolutely nothing I can actually do with that. Um, the problem is she's talking to everyone else, but not the person in question. She has never reached out to me to say what seems to be the problem, because she knows what the problem is. She cannot love me the way a mother's supposed to. She cannot support me. She can't even stand to see me flourish in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is, though.
Do you have other siblings, sis?
I do, and I think people ask me. So I do have other siblings, and their relationship is much better with them, but you know, people like her actually care for themselves only. So I do have other siblings that she actually manipulated, to thinking I'm the bad person. So we've got that rivalry. One of the things that she planted into their minds was the fact that when we lost our dad, I was 13 and I'm the oldest, and we had money come in and so forth. So and I was 13, and when I completed high school, I was 18. I could not sign for anything, but she told my siblings that my dad's money was actually was used to educate me, all of
Wow.
it. So they were left with nothing because of me. And we are not talking, my dad passed away in 1995. I think in total, I don't know, we got about 1 point something million, because, some came from the employer, some from the insurance, but till this day, they know that I am the one who actually used up my dad's money because she educated me. And I remember very well, we had investments. When my dad passed away, I think the company sent a financial advisor. We all had investments at Sanlama. They invested 50,000 for me because I was in grade 8 at the time, so that by the time it matures, I would be going to university, and my brother and my sister the same way. And for some reason, she managed to actually access those funds. So they never had funds. And the only funds that were left at the time were mine. And I actually went to school. But, she's planted all sorts of, you know, evil thoughts to my siblings. So we are also not, we're not close. The relationship is very, very toxic. They don't see me as one of their own. My sister has gone as far as getting into a relationship with the father of my child. And it's just, it's like sometimes I ask God why, but then I can't come up with an answer. And I realize that I think God wants to show that He's present in every situation, whether you come from such a sick family as mine, or, or any other situation. Yeah.
You. Yo, I am so speechless. I am so speechless, Sissy. Unfortunately, because we've run out of time, I feel like we need to do like an entire, because I see a lot of people who relate to what you are saying right now, in as much as the life was not about parents being hated by parents or being resented by parents. I feel like this is something that we need to like speak about in detail so that everybody who's facing the same thing, we can come together and talk about that. And
I,
yo,
I lo-
I cannot begin to being in your shoes and the fact that you are still standing. I was speaking to somebody very close to my heart. When was it? Today? And I was saying to him that, listen, one of the reasons why some of us are still alive and we're kicking and we are where we are, it's because of our stubbornness. Sometimes being stubborn is not the worst thing that can happen to you. Sometimes it's the best thing that can happen to you, because in your stubbornness you still, you resist to go down, you resist to fall, you resist to be down and out. You literally just say, my stubbornness is what is going to sustain me to live and to push. And I honestly feel like you are also one of those people that the only reason why you are still here being able to tell the is because of your stubbornness. And I feel like, because the same thing that you are saying to me right now, I once had a conversation with another lady who was telling me how her mother just hates her. And I feel like it's something that we need to talk about and maybe help each other, because we need to understand, Hori, if there are 5 people who are seated here right now and all of them have the same problem where their mothers hate them, what could be the cause? Maybe if we find the cause from one person's mother and how they are maneuvering their way and life through the whole thing, how can we help others? Because I saw somebody here in the comment sections on the TikTok side saying that I'm only 25 years old and I'm facing the same thing. You can only imagine. And obviously, if somebody's 25 years old and we're not at your age, that means that you faced this when you were even younger. From the youngest age, you could remember, but you've been able to, to live up until here. And God knows what has been able to sustain you up to so far and what your coping mechanisms are, And I'm so sorry for what you've been through your entire life. And I don't even know what to say, babe. I have no idea what to say to you at this point. I have no idea. I don't know how you do it.
It's okay, honestly. And I don't talk much about it because I don't want it to be, the center of, yes, I don't want pity. I don't want pity. You would never tell. And honestly, because I have kids, I really never want them to actually have to experience, the bruised side of me. I try by all means possible, and obviously, maybe some traits will show, but I'm doing everything in my power not to be that mother.
Do you attend therapy?
I did. Not now. I actually did attend therapy for the longest time. In all honesty, because I couldn't. I definitely, and I think without therapy, I really wouldn't be where I am. I seriously wouldn't. I wouldn't be where I am. So it actually did help.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad because I'm a big fan of therapy. I always speak about how I attend therapy and I highly recommend therapy. But also at the same time, I feel like, us being able to normalize speaking about such topics, which is why I'm really, really keen on doing another live just to talk about this specifically. Us normalizing talking about these things, it will give you a little bit of peace in our heart to know that you're not alone, and also being able to learn how other people cope and how other people have managed to come out of that. Also the same thing, it gives you that thing, yeah, what you know, okay, that means that I can learn a thing or two. So just normalizing speaking about such topics is a thing for me. Speaking about taboo topics is such a thing because I know that there's a lot of people who actually can relate to what you're going through, and they also need healing. And also, even with you listening to other people speak about the same thing, similar situations, it can actually enhance your healing process and make it just it can work to your advantage. So I feel like we need to do this again. I will announce obviously on the platforms when we're gonna do that live again, but for today, we have come to the end of the live. I want to say thank you so much to every single person who joined in, everybody who engaged. If you're only coming in now and you've missed some part of the live, you're more than welcome to go to YouTube and watch the whole thing there because it's going to be available. And also, I've started doing debriefing sessions regarding all the live sessions, meaning that even at the end of this live, during the course of the week, I'm going to post a video with some lesson learned from the people who were calling in, just the panel and the things that they were sharing on this live. I'm going to do like a shorter video, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just debriefing and detailing things that are lessons and the highlights of each and every live that we're going to be doing. So please do look out for that on the YouTube side. And also, if you've not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. We'll see each other again on the next. You know what? I feel like this is too urgent. It's not going to be able to wait for next week Thursday, so maybe we might have to do it during the course of over the weekend, but I will definitely make an announcement about that. But yeah, thank you so much, boss lady. I wish you all the best. I'm praying for you, and I know that you've already done so well. I feel like I need to say to you, well done, because you being able to overcome all of that, you have done so well for yourself. And then I'm gonna go back to the issue of the stubbornness, to say you being stubborn enough to say, listen, I'm not going anywhere, I'm gonna fight this thing. You are a bigger person than a whole lot of people who could not even handle half of the things that you've been through. But look at you now, you are here, and onwards and upwards you go.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening.
All right, same to you.